Brian Urlacher has some strong words when it comes down to the Caleb Williams versus Justin Fields situation. We're going to talk about that, plus dive into the mailbag, all that and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
I know I wasn't the face you motherfuckers was expecting to see, but nonetheless, I'm here with C-Dub today, standing in for Bobby. Bobby out handling some business. So I guess I'm an unofficial cognac boy today. We holding it down with C-Dub. Big Unk in the building.
Yeah, what up, y'all?
So we got 4 voicemails we're going to play today. But before we get into that, Brian Urlacher was asked about the quarterback situation, and he said this. If people are still asking if Justin is the guy, then he's probably not the guy. In my opinion, they probably have to draft a kid. Now, Brian, we've seen former players being Justin Fields' side. We've seen current players being Justin Fields' side. This is a Hall of Famer. It's basically saying, hey, and the thing is that with his answer, I don't think Brian Urlacher is following Chicago Bears football day in and day out. That's fine.
Yeah.
He's not. That's what I kind of get from the answer. But it is something to look at. If we're still asking these questions about Justin Fields, I believe, I understand what's happened around him has not put him in the best situation. But what do you feel about those comments, Dub?
I feel like everybody's entitled to an opinion. I don't need to say the credentials that Brian Urlacher has in the football field. But hey, everybody can be wrong once in a blue moon. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. It's only fair, man. Everybody's not gonna be on Justin Fields' side. Even though he stands in the minority, because most of the NFL players I've heard have said the exact opposite. So it is what it is. It's his preference, you know what I'm saying? But he's wrong.
I mean, and to Brian Urlacher's defense, right? I always try to talk things from both sides. In Brian Urlacher's defense, he was a player that went to a Super Bowl with a bad quarterback, and he may very well say, "Hey, you don't want to question, even if you do get. I don't want no more questionable quarterbacks." It's like, I mean, listen, Brian Urlacher had his opportunity, and he probably looked at it like, if only the offense could have done their goddamn job, fam.
Bro,
So.
yeah. It's a little PTSD from that Super Bowl there. So I can understand that. But I would like to get some more context, Brian Urlacher. That was a little simple, bro. Don't be simple, bro. There's context behind that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, both quarterback, and that's the thing that I've seen more people in the voicemails and stuff mention, is that there's so many similarities between Justin Fields and Caleb Williams. I really think for some of the fans, some that haven't actually watched Caleb Williams and just go off this, he's supposed to be generational because that's what the national media tells me. When you see him, you'll see, hey, there's a lot of those same mistakes that are made between. If we do move on to Caleb Williams, I can't wait to see the Caleb Williams people flip to being the people that makes excuses for Caleb Williams like they say Justin Fields fans do now. That's just going to be the funny thing.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you brought that up, dude, because it is a lot of people that I think have not seen a single second of Caleb Williams tape. And if we do draft Caleb Williams, they're going to be like, wait a minute. This looks familiar. He's just
exactly. Exactly. I mean, he has a cannon in the forearm. Do not get me wrong. Caleb Williams has that arm, and he has kind of the it factor when you're talking about you're looking like what you expect a star quarterback outside the fingernail paint. I know people get triggered by that. It's neither here nor there with me. But yeah, when it comes down to it, man, it's just I just can't. Whatever way this goes, this is going to be funny to see. It's going to be really funny to see the non-objective Bears fans that talk about this after whatever goes down, bro. Because there's going to be people that are pissed off, and we just going to be sitting here on these live streams like, oh, well.
Bro, don't crack a smile when this decision is done. Don't crack a smile on camera, because somebody gonna be mad as hell.
Exactly.
Because you smiling for we ain't got Caleb. Caleb finna go to another team. He gonna be an all generational talent. I'll just smile. Or the other way around.
Or the other way around. I mean, we'll see. End up seeing, like I keep saying, I'm glad I'm not in Ryan Pohl's situation. I ain't got to make that goddamn decision. That's all I got to say on that one.
Bro, push the button to not push the button. It's almost presidential. What you gonna do, my guy?
That is hilarious. Before we get into the mailbag, though, bro, I know I've gotten a chance to talk about it. We got 3 Hall of Famers going in: Julius Peppers, Devin Hester, Mongo. How you feeling, bro?
Oh man, this seems like this all a Chicago Bears Hall of Fame. It's other players from other teams, but who cares? We got the 85 Bears, and most people don't give them the credit that they deserve, bro.
Mhm.
Because you had Richard Dent on that defensive line. I don't think you get a Richard Dent if you ain't have a Randall Mondo McMichael. If you don't
Yeah.
have a Dan Hampton, even though he's already in the Hall of Fame, I'm just putting his name out there. And then Devin Hester, bro. Y'all told us three phases of football. Three phases in
Yeah.
special teams. This is one of the best special teams in all time. Forget the position. Forget the position. One of the best special teamers of all time, bro. It's a shame he had to wait this long. I'm just glad it came to this. Congratulations. Chi-town up, baby. We up.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's what it comes down to. Like you said, the 85's Bears. Mongo is so important to what we look at as Chicago Bears defense, setting the tone and the example of that. So yeah, I'm glad all three of those guys are getting in. But it's Saturday. That means it's mailbag day. Let's go ahead and get into these voicemails. Let's get into the first one now.
Hey, yo, Cognac boys, what it do, man? It's be your boy Fred, man. Hey, I really don't give a damn about the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking forward to the offseason, seeing what my Bears going to do and see if we can be in the Super Bowl next year. That's all I'm looking forward to. Now, I've been getting I seen a little interview with Jackson Smith and Jigma saying some iffy things about Shane Waldron now, but I'm going to see what he do when the season starts and see how it play out, see how, that connection be with him and Justin Fields. Is he going to help Justin Fields elevate to unlock him like he should have been since we first drafted him? Now, like I keep telling these dumb, stupid ass, dumb so-called Bears fans, I keep explaining, trying to break this shit down to them, but it's like they don't want to see that shit. All their whole thing is, oh, we just need a quarterback. I'm like, dude, what are we going to do? We developed the quarterback that we have now. So what's the point of us getting another quarterback and we ain't going to fucking develop him and ruin him just like we did? Like I keep telling people, bro, this man, Justin Fields, never had shit to work with since he came to this team. And so what are y'all seeing? I know, like, what I'm saying, Cognac boys, I know y'all, hey, Steve Kevo, we watching the same fucking game. We seeing the shit. We've been watching this young man since he's been here, and we know this young man has not had shit to work with. We know that. It ain't just the fact that we're Justin Fields fans. We know this kid is special. And if he's so-called garbage like the main media and everybody keeps saying he is, why everybody want to trade for him then? Like, come on, man, make it make sense. Like, this shit don't add up, man. Like, man, motherfuckers, man, just need to mind their motherfucking business and shit and leave the fucking Bears alone, man. Because, like you said, hey, nobody care about the fucking Chicago Bears. All they want to do is see this team, you know what I'm saying, just fail. You know what I'm saying? Shit. That's it, that's all, man. But the Bears gonna be all right. I believe Ryan Poole's gonna make the right moves as far as, like, building that O-line up, bringing some weapons in, add a few pieces on the defense, and fleecing Washington on the pick. Now, if Caleb Williams so fast, nail polishing so fast want to go to Washington, then his ass gonna go down. Let's fleece their ass on the pick, get our second round pick back, or their second pick or whatever, and shit, keep doing this shit, keep building the fucking team and shit with picks and being contenders and shit. That's how you fucking win and making free agent moves as well, though, man. But at the end of the day, man, I think the Bears gonna be all right. I think Shane Waldron's gonna do all right. That whole Bears, I believe they're gonna be good for the 2024 season, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Chicago up, better than enough.
Hey man, that man Fred be going off, bro.
Maybe Fred be going, bro.
Fred be going off, man.
Hey, bro. Hey, but Fred. I love you, bro. This is my guy, Fred. He always shows support. He loyal. Every week he got a mailbag. Fred, this is what I want you. I need you to do this, bro. Stop giving it energy, bro. It's not gonna stop till we get a announcement from Ryan Poles. We have traded the pick, or we're going to draft Caleb Williams, something like that. Just don't expend any energy because it's not gonna stop. It's gonna make you feel as mad as you sound in your comment right here. And I don't want you to feel like that because you my guy. Nobody could control this decision but Ryan Poles, bro. So stop wasting that energy, big dog. Come on, bro. Come on, boy.
That's the play. You see, anytime a Justin Fields, Caleb Williams come up, I start smiling because I'm just over it. Like, it's just, I've heard every angle that you can possibly take on the argument. I get it. There are some people who aren't going to hear nothing for Caleb Williams, and some people who are not going to hear nothing against Caleb Williams, and vice versa with Justin Fields. It is what it is when it comes down to it. Like C-Dub said, it all comes down to the way that Ryan Poles evaluates this. And, came out today that Ryan Poles would have to get a damn near record-breaking deal back for the number 1 overall pick. So, I mean, that's setting the tone of what it means, but that also shows that, hey, the decision isn't made yet. And keep in mind, just because the Bears keep the number 1 overall pick doesn't mean they're going to draft a quarterback. They could be playing everybody against. Ryan Poles is playing chess. That's it. Let the man cook if we're going to trust him. And that's the place I've gotten to it, and the freedom I've gotten to it with Ryan Poles. If I trust him like I do, regardless what decision he makes, I'm going to ride with it until it shows that it's not working. If he keeps Justin Fields, I'm riding with it. If he drafts Caleb Williams, I'm riding with it until he shows me that something's completely failing. He got my trust. He's earned it. He's the only GM in the city of Chicago that has earned my trust to that level.
Yeah, that's a fact because he's made some brilliant moves. So,
yeah.
Come on, y'all. Don't exert any energy, bro. No.
Stop giving the energy, y'all. Like, y'all gonna be, keep in mind, the draft ain't till April. Y'all finna be arguing like this for another 2 months? That's on y'all, bro. I'm not arguing for 2 months, bro.
It already been 2 months. Y'all tweaking.
It's been 3 months, bro. They've been talking about this since like halfway through the season. Like, what are we doing? All right, let's get into this next voicemail, man.
What's going on, Hayes? And the Cognac Boys and Big Steve-O. I like what you guys doing. Keep it up, man. I wish you guys all the great shit that's gonna happen to you guys in your life and your family. But I'm Warrenville1155. I started following you on Bleacher Report, Hayes. You got me through this long season, and I appreciate you. But I just want to talk to the Bears fans for a second. First off, I'm going to say this. Caleb Williams, I'm not here to bash Caleb Williams. I'm just a Fields guy. But I've been watching college football and NFL for 41 years. I'm not an expert. I never played in college or in the NFL. But I think Chicago Bears fans getting wrapped up in this generational quarterback mess. The last generational quarterback, in my opinion, coming out of college was Joe Burrow. When he was in LSU, you knew he was going to be the shit. And he the shit, Anyway, I think the Bears should trade the number 1 pick for a few reasons. One, we need a lot of improvement on our team as a whole. That's the first thing. And far to the fans, everybody want to criticize Justin. I hear people saying, "Oh, why the team got to be perfect for him to succeed?" Can you, tell me, since Justin Fields been on the Bears, when have we had a good team to the point to like we had a winning team and Justin was the reason we lost? We ain't never had nobody. We had no offensive line. We had no weapons. None of that. But I feel like Caleb Williams, I wish him the best. But Fields just been in the wrong situation as far as coaching and weapons and everything. I know you want a pass rusher, and the Bears never, drafted a pass rusher since I've been remembering. But I feel like in the first round, we need Marvin Harrison Jr. and a left tackle. The defense good. Like, in free agency, I think we can cover the defensive end, get some situational pass rushers. But we got, in the first round, we have to come out with Marvin Harrison Jr. and a left tackle. We need a center. We need to let Eddie Jackson go draft his replacement. And between free agents, we'll be good. Trust Poles and keep Justin and sign Jalen, and we'll be all right, man. Bear down. Chicago up, bear down, man. This Warrenville 115. Wild Honey.
All right.
All right, man. Shout out to the Wild Hunteds, man. This is a little bit different than the first one. My man Fred got in here bashing the fans on the opposing side of opinion. But I think he just tried to come out, my man right here from the Wild 100s, and give his take and who he like, what he like for the future of the Bears. I like a lot what you said there, my man. I wanted to emphasize on Eddie Jackson. A lot of people think that Eddie Jackson was just trash for the entire season, last season that just passed. But I think he played okay the last 6 weeks of the season. Me
Yeah,
personally,
he played, and that's the thing. Like, we had a voicemail from Darius earlier, like a couple of weeks ago too, where he was like, Eddie Jackson's terrible. I'm like, Eddie Jackson, when he's actually on the field and healthy, is pretty damn good. But I mean, if you read into the social media posts, he's basically told the city of Chicago bye. So I think he's been told, hey, we
yeah.
finna. Yeah, I mean, you save almost $14 million by waiving him. I think there's a chance that they may have.
Do you try something, Drip? I like the cohesion with the young guys. I think he brings somewhat of a leadership to the secondary. I think at the very least, and I don't think he was so bad. I think you try to keep him and just give him a little.
It depends on what you feel you can do, because I tell you what, there's a safety. I talked about this a little bit on yesterday's episode, named Jaden Hicks from Washington State, that is expected to go in round 3. If you can get him at round 3, I'm sorry, I love Bojack, bro. But deuces. I'm just gonna be 100% honest with you, because while we have a young secondary, you got to keep in mind, like, Eddie Jackson is the only player over 30 in that secondary. I think he's the only player over 26 in that secondary. So let's be
Wow,
clear there.
that is
Like,
crazy.
so you're bringing in Jaden Hicks, who is extremely young. He fits the timeline of everybody else. And then you're talking about building up a secondary full of 23, 24, and 25 years olds.
Oh, wow.
And I think also you got to keep in mind, if keeping Jalen Johnson is the thing and they're prepared to offer him, I mean, you waive Eddie Jackson and you waive Cody Whitehair, that's going to get you upwards of almost $22 million in space. That could be your contract for Jalen Johnson.
Hey, wait a minute. You might be right about that.
So
You might be right about
And if
that.
it comes down to paying Eddie Jackson is $18 million or paying Jalen Johnson $20 million, I'll tell you who I'm going to take. I'm going to take the guy who's about to be 25 and led PFF in grades for cornerbacks, period. That just
Now,
comes down to the business aspect.
I'm finna throw something at you. Would it be a good bargain to tag Eddie Jackson?
No, because keep in mind that the average salary that is going to get, I think, is more than his $18 million. So I don't think.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, forget that
Yeah.
idea. Next.
So, like I said, I love Eddie Jackson, and as a veteran still,
Yeah.
that guy that has his flaws, but if you draft a young, let's say you do draft Jaden Hicks and you keep Eddie Jackson, there's something to be said of having that succession plan, right? You then have 1 year of Jaden Hicks playing behind Eddie Jackson before Eddie Jackson rides off to the sunset. But to me, it comes down to money. And if you got to offer Jalen Johnson a huge contract and you want to balance that out, Jaden Hicks can come in, rookie scale deal. I think he's going to be damn good at the NFL level. You pay Jalen Johnson, and then at that point, you don't have to worry about paying another member of your secondary for 2 to 3 years. So,
Hey, man, I gotta get up with this guy Hicks. I'm gonna go and watch some tape.
oh, bro, I'm telling you, if he ain't a Chicago Bears player, bro, I don't know what to say. I'm talking about he hits hard as a safety. He got 2.5 sacks last season playing at the safety position. This dude is a monster, bro. And you talk about having him next to Jaquan Brisker, Tyreek Stevenson, and all those guys being out there. I'm telling you what, motherfuckers are gonna come across the middle and be like, God, don't throw it to me over the middle no more when we play the Bears. I'm telling you.
Hey, man, and I'm glad you said his name, Jaquan Brisker, bro. Like, I think without him, once I think about it right now, I think he jumps into that leadership, that real leadership role of the Chicago Bears.
And Jalen. Him and Jalen. Yeah, Jalen.
Yeah.
If you get rid of Eddie Jackson, Jalen Johnson at that point is the most tenured member of the Bears secondary. Now, I mean, he stepped up on the field. I think when the defensive line improved, we saw him improve, as it should with the secondary.
Absolutely.
But he has to be a bigger leader, and his voice has to be heard more as well if Eddie Jackson's not going to be there.
Absolutely. We need the same thing we had last season from Jalen Johnson. I don't want to see a drop-off. I don't want to see a drop-off.
Facts. All right, let's get into this next voicemail.
What's going on, Hayes? What's going on, team? It's your boy Donovan, man. Yeah, I'm just giving my thoughts on what I think Ryan Poles is doing with this number 1 pick. Now, it ain't who's better, Fields or Caleb or Marvin Harrison. It's B saying what I think he's doing. Me personally, I think me and Ryan Poles kind of share the same mindset as far as having our cake and eating it too, I want Marvin Harrison Jr., the best receiver in the class, arguably the best player in the class. I want picks for the future, and I want to keep Justin Fields for the low until we have to pay him. And I feel like he's playing his cards right. He needs the leverage. Now that Kingsbury went to Washington and they got their new regime, and they new coach and shit, they bound to get a new quarterback. But it's still like, well, shit, there's some other quarterbacks we could take it too. It's not like we at 5 or some shit, we gotta do everything. Kingsbury there, so that could mean something. And the fact I wouldn't like tying him to Caleb like everybody else do, because I'm not that type of guy to do what everybody else doing. But my reasoning for thinking the same way they do is he denied the Raiders, and they went and got Lugetti. So that just tells you like they didn't have no other fucking option. They should have waited a little bit longer. They could have got the enemy, but anyways. He denied the Raiders and went to Washington, so they could have been like, yo, you come over here, we get your guy. That's just me. That's what I'm thinking. And I feel like Poles is on the same shit. I feel like he like, I'm hold down, I'm hold off, let everybody do my job for me as far as creating the leverage and narratives when it comes to Justin Fields. But I'm going to keep him this whole time. It's just a bluff. And I don't think he'll trade him.
All right, what do you think is C-Dub?
Hey, I love a movie back in the day by Spike Lee. It's like one of his best. It was breakthrough movies. Do the Right Thing. Ryan Post, just do the right thing, man. I know everybody's screaming quarterback, and it's okay. It's cool. I understand. The guy's good. He's exciting to watch. I love him. Even the other kid, Drake May, he's good as well. But it is one player in this draft that is going to be a star. There's no question about it. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a star. I am with you on that. I think the Bears need to do that. And think about the Bears. We had very good all Pro Bowl receivers. But have we had a generational Terrell Owens, Randy Moss type guy? That's what Marvin Harrison Jr. is. Let's see what that feels like with the Chicago Bears.
I mean, listen, there's something to be said about if Ryan Poles is playing everybody against each other, like the Cliff Kingsbury going to Washington. I do think that there's some smoke there. Now, I don't know if it's 100% like they're like, we got to get Caleb or nothing because it's not in their control. But I do think that maybe they are going to try to aggressively pursue that number 1 overall pick to get a guy that Cliff has worked with and worked hand in hand with. So there's a lot of potential there. And I think that Ryan Poles, best believe, when he signed with the Washington Commanders, and they had the number 2 overall. Ryan Poles was in his office smiling his ass off. I have
smiling
no
like a bug,
bro. Smiling. I don't listen. He's mixed. I don't know if he ever actually had some good old South Chicago Kool-Aid, but I tell you what, he had that Kool-Aid smile on his face. That's for damn sure. So
red
and thick. Like this is kind of like I like my women, red and thick.
Oh,
like
you better ask somebody. They better know that.
So yeah, that's how the South Side Chicago Kool-Aid is. But I mean, we'll see, man. Like Ryan Poles has all the tools at his at his disposal, and I think like right now he's playing chess. He's playing poker again. He's holding his cards close to the vest. And if you think you know what Ryan Poles is doing, you're missing the point, bro. He's not going to tell you what he's doing yet.
Hey, Drip, do you think we at the point where he getting several offers a day?
Oh, facts, absolutely. Ryan Poles, he probably, those the way they've been doing those new commercials, car insurance commercials, like you like options, and it has like the lady, she has all the different shade blue toothbrushes. That's how Ryan Poles is with his deals right now. He's just sitting there looking at all these deals, like, all right, bet. I like this. Like, that's what he's sitting there. Oh, believe me, he's probably gotten about 15 calls on it. He probably has 15 deals on the table right now.
Yeah, bro. That's exciting, man. Hey, really though, he got all the leverage. I'm with you, man. He chilling in the cut. He just waiting till the biggest, dumbest deal. Somebody with the biggest, dumbest deal come. 3 first rounds or something. I'm just playing. Come on.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's play this last voicemail before we get about you.
Let go.
Chicago Bears Central. This is your boy Chris. I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on something. So I was thinking about it. In my opinion, I think Ryan Poles already knows what he wants to do. I know a lot of people are saying that the Bears, Ryan Poles, they don't know yet what they want to do when it comes to the quarterback position, rather to keep Justin or to draft a quarterback, number one. And I feel like he's already made that decision. I think he's already made that decision of either keeping Justin or drafting a quarterback. I think he made a decision right away after the offseason, right away after the season. Either you're keeping Justin, because that's your guy, and you believe in him, and you trust him, and you think that he could improve, and you think he could be better with the new offensive staff, new offensive players, better receivers, and that's your guy. I think or he already made his decision after the season, like, you know what, Justin's not our guy. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna draft a new quarterback. And I don't know. I don't think their eyes are set on Caleb. I think he's gonna do his due diligence. Go out there, see Caleb, see Drake May, see Jaden Daniels, even JJ McCarthy. I think they have a ton of options because you're not gonna go all the way up to the draft not knowing if Justin's your guy or not. I think after the season, he already had that decision in his head.
I gotta disagree with Chris here, bro. I get what he's getting at, but from what we've seen about Ryan Poles, I think that Ryan Poles looks at all the information, and I don't think he's going to make a decision before he gets to see those quarterbacks work out in for whatever they have for them personally. I just don't think he's going to make that decision, but I could be wrong. What do you think, Doug?
And this was interesting. I was listening to Chris, and I understand what he's saying, but it brought a thought to me. How would you think he's playing this? This is just for conversation. Do you think he's actually got his mindset and he's just waiting for that right deal to come, or he's just being reactive? He's not made a decision yet, and he's just waiting for something to just blow him away, like an interview with Caleb Williams, a crazy deal for Justin Fields, a crazy deal for the first overall pick. Is he being reactive, or does he have a plan already intact? What do you think?
I think he has options for either way. Don't get me wrong. I think he does have. Once he makes that decision, I do think he already kind of knows. Okay, these are the moves I need to make to support that decision. But I don't think he's done that yet. I do think you're going to have something I haven't talked about yet. You just pointed out they are going to have sit down meetings with these guys. And one thing that Ryan Poles has talked a lot about: character is important.
Absolutely.
In the players that he's trying to draft high character players. So I think that's a kind of an untalked about part in all of this. Like before he makes the decision on the quarterback, he's going to want to talk to these guys and see where their head's at. Because the last thing he's going to want to draft is like we said before, and I talked about this on the thing. You can draft Caleb Williams, cool, but what Caleb Williams was shown is that second contract, if he can come with the Bears and shine out, but if he doesn't want to be with the Bears long term, and because he wants to be a star somewhere else, there's an absolute chance that may happen. And I don't think Ryan Poles is going to put this team in a position where that could happen to them.
And if you've been paying attention to the Chicago Bears, culture is a very important to Ryan Poles and his team. So you see what they did with Claypool. I think Roquan was a casualty of culture also, even though he demanded. I think they seen that game where he didn't put out most effort. That's just me personally, in my opinion. Um, so yeah, dude. If he's not the right guy, and all reports, I'm not gonna go with the reports, and he's demanding equity with the team and all this other crap. I hope that's not true, because if that is true, Ryan Poe's gonna have an easy decision. Because how can you even be a rookie and demand something like that? So that's gonna be interesting. Those interviews, and when the scouting come by and come around and all this stuff happens, I think then we get more of a vivid picture of what might happen.
Agreed. Agreed. Great points there. But we'll see, man. Listen, again, in Ryan Poles we trust until he fails, and we'll see.
Yeah, man.
See what's gonna be. Any last words, C-Dub, before we get up out of here?
Hey, man, shout out to the Bears, man. Get to the Hall of Fame, man. That's feel good. Devin Hester, bro. And the Super Bowl. Wait, Who you got for the Super Bowl? Did you?
I guess
me?
that we should talk about that. Are you live calling the Super Bowl, by the way?
I'm still thinking about it. I might want to be super drunk. I might.
Okay.
All right, but I'm thinking.
I'm gonna go Niners in the Super Bowl. I just think that it's hard to bet against Mahomes. Don't get me wrong, but the way that defensive line of the Niners are going to be coming after him every single game, I don't know if Mahomes has faced anything like that.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I'm gonna ride with Mahomes.
That's fair.
Because
That's fair.
I think this is his greatest Super Bowl run. The team that he dragged through these playoffs. Because if you look through the rest of the team, it's about 4 or 5 all-stars. But man, Mahomes is dragging his team. Defense is awesome, though. Defense is awesome. But I'm gonna take Mahomes in a close one. It's going to the end of the damn game. Y'all spending $5,000 for seats out there? Y'all crazy out there, bro. Did you hear Drip?
Only way I'll ever spend that much money on seats is if the Bears were in the Super Bowl. That's it.
Yeah.
If the Bears in the Super Bowl, I'll spend that much money. But that's it.
Drip, $2.5 million for a suite.
Yeah, no. I mean, I ain't got it. So I'm not like, listen.
And then people paying for that Drip. That's crazy as hell to me, bro.
It is what it is, bro. I'll buy a couple of houses before I spend that.
You know what I'm saying?
What we talking about?
I got a big ass 60-inch TV. It's gonna look the same.
I got a 75-inch. I'm about to be in that motherfucker. But all right, y'all, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Chicago Bears Central. You can follow the show at Shy Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail, 773-242-9336. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Chi-Town up, bear down. Love you, motherfuckers. Peace out.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.